What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Persona 3 Portal. I try to speak really fast at the beginning, but sometimes the words don't even come out. Anyway, I got a buddy back here.
Hey, what's good?
Who's also playing Persona 3 alongside me and the playthrough.
Yeah.
And I'm back to where I was. I fought 4 different Personas, ran away from all 3.
We're looking for Fuuka. We've been split from the rest of the team.
It's like the dumbest bullshit, like I said in the last episode, or maybe the one before that, but if you hit and you miss and they hit you, then you still get the enemy advantage. So you always want to make sure your hit actually hits.
Yeah, I need that. Where I thought I got the hit first, but it was like a frame.
You're like a frame off.
Yeah, and they get hit. Are those weak to Bufu?
Yeah, the initial dancers are weak to Boof. So like we're getting 50, and we need like how much? No status. We need like hundreds to level up, so it's like 50 is not enough. We'll need like 5 battles probably.
Well, to be fair, are you trying to grind this before fighting the full moon boss?
No, but trying
the boss will give you like over 2,000 experience.
Yeah, but that's if you beat the boss, because right now there's no save point. There's nothing I can do. I have to restart the whole thing all over again.
Just save state.
That's not. I'm not doing save states.
Yeah, I am. So look, I save the game and you do save states. So.
Okay, what's this? Look at this.
Dodge.
You didn't even have an advantage, but anyway. What's
Fire. Agi.
But yeah, Yamato Shikome is not weak to anything,
wait.
so I'm
They
glad.
use Goof,
They use Zio, so probably Garu, and I don't have anything for that.
you don't even have like an angel?
No,
Jesus, dude.
I had one.
Dude, you know who's been my main like persona since like mid first block? Lilum. I fused a really good Lilum, and she has Agi, Zio, and Garu, and she has no weaknesses, dude. She's been carrying me, basically.
Yeah, it's like Yamato here. That's what I've been using her. She has no weakness. And Bufu's like all out, all around.
I don't know. I just got like a really good fusion, or I got a bunch of like elemental. Like I got 3 of like the 4 elemental, like axe.
So I got up to this floor, I think. If I don't remember. So that's an advantage.
Wait.
Okay, that's a good thing, but I'm still not gonna fight it because, like I said, the DPS race is gonna be hard because it hit me first. So if it keeps hitting me,
it's gonna do big damage.
and it has the potential to get a critical. So it's gonna. There's that risk that I'm also taking. Because right now we're doing the same amount of damage to each other. That's the thing. Like,
oh
see,
my god, that was like no damage at all. What the fuck is that?
see, we're doing the same damage, so now it's the DPS race, and for some reason it's dying.
Very clumsy.
I don't think Bufu does anything higher.
It's weak to God.
Yeah, it should be the same damage all around. So there's nothing I can do.
Well, hey, maybe if you get lucky and you actually like beat the shadow. Well, wait, no, you won't get cards because you're by yourself.
If it's a critical problem.
No, you won't get any cards right now. You're by yourself.
No, you still get cards. It's
I didn't.
you get it from like a critical or a all-out attack from you.
Yes.
So it's like if any of your party members gets the final hit, then you don't get it. I don't think.
You should be good.
We're missing a lot. They're missing a lot. That's a good thing. Oh well, now my thing's ended. So
Oh, is your bait hot?
yeah, Yamotsu has the 2 auto skills, and another one. And see, like right now, I won the DPS race because it kept missing. So even if I hadn't healed, I probably would have still made it. 71.
That's good.
I need like 3-4 more battles. So yeah, on the next dialogue, I'll probably read that one. Because I only read like 2 or 3 maybe. You hear me. Please answer. Yeah, I read this one. That's the next one then. And I keep pressing X on my controller. I think I've already gotten used to the idea that they're probably not going to hear me because the mic's kind of iffy. Just for like this in the next episode, probably.
I don't know, we'll see. Gotta talk a little louder.
When you get comfortable, your volume drops. Then at the beginning when you start talking. How many floors was it? Do you remember?
Like 2 or 3.
Then that should be the last one.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. See, now we're good.
Hey, here he is. Man, we were worried about you.
I don't think we should enter Tartarus this way again.
Oh yeah, did you hear a voice while you were in here? Kinda like...
Who is this? Are you human?
And there is a button to like auto do the thing. I forgot which one it was, but you can do that. But I'd rather just click.
Yeah.
That's it! That's the voice! It sounded like it came from behind us.
No, I'm thinking of SMT. That's what I'm doing for SMT. I like to leave the auto on sometimes. Sounds more natural. A girl's looking your way from the shadows.
Are you Fuuka Yamagishi?
Yes.
Wow, you're alive! That's awesome! Never fear, Junpei's here.
I'm glad you're okay. Come with us.
Thank you so much.
Looks like we made the right decision. I'll see if I can contact Mitsuru.
Where are we? I was at school, and then...
Well, it's a long story. I'll explain after we get out of here.
I'm pretty sure the mouse doesn't actually show up on gameplay, so... But I can always test it out anyway. Yeah, it's not showing on the preview. That's only on Game Boy.
That's useful.
It is.
Mitsuru, can you hear me? No good. All I hear is static.
This is like where I was really starting to get really hooked. And this whole like part had me hooked. Like I almost didn't want to like stop playing yesterday, but I was like, you know what? I was like a good stopping point after beating the boss, and I was, you know what? May as well just.
The story's pretty good. It's really underrated because people think, you know, they're used to Power Friendship 4 and 5. They don't realize that's not what's going on here.
I mean, they're friends.
They're not.
They are.
No, they're
They
not.
become friends.
You can become friends through social links and by the end, but you're actually just a group of like-minded people that got together by Mitsuru's circumstances.
I mean, I guess.
You're not brought
Yeah, are you hurt?
together by
But
your
some of-
charisma.
I mean, I would argue that Makoto brings them closer.
That's the overarching story, but you're not friends.
I mean, you are. Maybe not them. Some of them individually, like Yukari and or Yukari has issues with Mitsuru for.
No, you
reasons.
don't start to become actual friends up until like
Near the end of the
later
game.
later mid half probably.
Oh, I thought you were saying you didn't like specify. You were making it seem like the whole game. But I mean, like right now, there's like you said, they're like-minded. They've come together because they have the potential.
So this is why this is more like every other SMT and like the original Personas, where it's not about your friends or your friendship. It's more about your
The common
hardships. Exactly.
Have you, run into any monsters?
But I already talked about this in a different episode.
So there
Oh,
are
you
strange
get my
creatures
input,
in here
so-
then.
Yeah, you'll think.
I've managed to avoid them so far.
Are you serious? How's that possible?
It's hard to describe, but I can sort of tell where they are.
What do you mean? Are you
Honestly, the
psychic?
weakest out of the three, but I mean, this is my opinion.
Who?
I was saying this game's navigator. And I said the weakest out of the three.
No, she's pretty good.
Oh.
I really don't like Futaba no matter what you say. She's just
Futaba's great.
a terrible character.
No, she's not.
She has the same power as Mitsuru.
Risei's
Maybe even
best
stronger.
waifu in Persona 4.
Since Mitsuru's persona is more battle-oriented.
Persona?
Yeah.
So since we have Fuuka now, like, do we get Mitsuru soon? As like a party member?
Yeah, she joins. She's specialized in
Ice.
Bufu.
Hang on to this.
Yeah, there's an interesting conversation you can have Akihiko when you're in the dorm. He talks about like how his infinity is, you know, Zio. He says he mentions that Mitsuru's is Bufu, and he's like, oh, and oh yeah, Bufu's my weakness, huh? Maybe that's why we have like that dynamic, and he's just kind of like, this is kind of like a jab at their whole like relationship. I don't know, it's funny. I always kind of like just try to like every time I'm in the dorm, I like little visible dialogues like that that just add to, you know, like the story.
You should generally talk to people every now and then, because there are some events that are tied to actually talking to them, like,
yeah, like
little
a bunch
things.
of Elizabeth's requests.
I mean, in the dorm room, like talking to Junpei. I'm pretty sure you can.
Telling him like, oh, during the study, like during the exams, and telling him that it hit the books.
I'm pretty sure that actually does have an effect, just like there's others later in the story.
See, that's interesting. There's nothing really like that in 4 or 5 that I can think of.
Akihiko gave Fuuka Evoker.
But this is...
Think of it as a lucky charm. It's not really a gun.
Okay.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Inside Tartarus, that hallway with a view outside.
What a narration, dude.
Whoa! Check out the moon. I've never seen it so bright.
Some research indicates that the shadows are affected by the phases of the moon. Of course, the same can be said for humans.
That would explain Yucatan's mood swings. Hey, wasn't it a full moon the night we went to the monorail?
Was it?
I think so. Why?
Hey, did you see the moon on the night the dorm was attacked, back in April?
It was full.
Today is the 8th. The monorail incident happened last month around the same time. And the assault on the dorm was a month before that. They were all during a full moon. Mitsuru, are you there?
Shadows!
Hey, can you hear me? Mitsuru, come in.
Be careful!
Mitsuru? Mitsuru!
What is this thing? It's much bigger than the others, and it's attacking someone.
Damn it!
What's going on?
It's one of them. If my guess is right, they come every full moon. We have to hurry.
Hey, wait for me!
Meanwhile, at the entrance to Tartarus, I don't know what they're weak to, but I'm gonna assume fire and ice.
Okay, so the female one is weak to physical, and then the emperor one, because Empress, the female one's like Empress and then Emperor.
Yes.
He's weak to elementals. He's weak to physicals, but they both change their like what would you call it? Like their affinities.
So they switch weaknesses,
And this is basically like a tutorial for Fuuka's basically, you know, ability.
which is analyzed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume this is one of those where it's like you kill one and then the other, if you don't kill it in time, it resurrects the other one.
I don't think so.
Or unless I'm thinking of a different
'Cause
boss
I
in a
took
different
out-
game.
I took out the Empress one first.
And I'm sure they'll tell you like when their thing switches.
Yeah, it is like a whole animation. Then you basically just have to reanalyze. But I know when she changes her affinities, she becomes weak to Zio, and then he becomes weak to Boof.
So I was gonna mention this, but if we die here, we're gonna have to do this whole thing all over again, and that's not something I want to do. Mitsuru and Yukari are having trouble against the giant shadows that suddenly appeared.
What's going on? Nothing's working.
All that could be heard. If you're gonna make a noise, let me know so I can mute the mic.
Mitsuru!
What in the world?
Akihiko-senpai, we gotta distract those shadows somehow.
I know just how to do it. Hey! If it's a fight you want, we'll give it to you!
Be careful.
Normal attacks won't work on these shadows.
Now, do you have any persona that have Zio?
Akihiko.
I was about to say, because Akihiko's about to kick some ass.
Someone entered the lobby from the outside.
Fuuka.
Why are you here?
Moriyama-san, please get out of here. It's dangerous. I wanted to tell you I'm sorry.
Hey, look out!
Moriyama-san, I need to protect her.
Fuuka put the gun to her temple.
Fuuka-san,
A persona?
I can see. I can sense these monsters' weaknesses somehow.
Just as I thought. Mitsuru, let her take your place. We'll take care of this.
Alright, well, Akihiko's about to carry this fight, at least with the Empress.
I'll try and find out the enemy's weakness. Just let me know when.
Alright, so this is one of those times where switching to direct commands works. Because like I said, the AI is smart, but only if they know the weakness of the enemy. Then they'll start using it. Otherwise, they'll use whatever they think does the most damage.
Yeah, I mean, I just kept them on act freely, and it ended up working out, but I mean, I'm playing myself.
Well, normally...
Can't really take...
Well, you want to make them specify, like Akihiko and Junpei are my main hitters, and then Yukari is the healer, so just have her heal. And so...
But you only get Junpei and Akihiko
Okay,
in this
just
fight.
give me some time.
So, normally I'd wait, but it's like, I'm just gonna use your knowledge because I'm not gonna die.
Right.
So, Queen, Empress first,
The Empress is weak to physical.
right off the bat.
Yeah. Until she changes her weapon.
Yeah.
That's it. The enemy
This is gonna take a while. 40 damage.
I mean, I guess you can either focus on her and just get her out of the way, so it's less like damage, towards the party, or you can just go for all-out attacks. The all-out attacks will do.
Not on hard. They do about the same damage as that would. So, knocking bosses down, I don't think they get that downed status effect.
I don't think so.
Because she would have been down by now, so... Well, also, we're gonna have to see how the Emperor here does damage. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to focus on him too.
He's got big physical. Does a lot of damage.
That's gonna kill me in 2 hits. 1 hit guaranteed, so we're gonna have to keep him down somehow.
He's got a multi-target physical attack. How about that? Now, do you have any like debuffs or buffs? Oh.
Well, see, you say that, but then again, these guys are straight up hard hitters. They're not really built for wasting turns on buffs and debuffs. But I'm gonna take the risk anyway because one's down. I can always get an extra turn. Alright.
I didn't know
With
I had this
Akihiko.
kind of power.
Unless when they're already down, it doesn't count as an extra turn, but we'll find out right now.
Persona!
Interesting to see how you bear being level 12 against these guys.
The enemy!
Horribly.
On hard.
Distressed.
I'll watch this shit.
Okay, half damage. We can heal that. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know what distress does actually. It makes you not move sometimes,
Yeah.
which is fine. And this should do 50 heal, so I don't know. I'm gonna save that in case we all go down.
I haven't used any of mine. I haven't saved.
So what do they resist or do they actually block? Or do they
They
repel?
block. They block. They just straight up block.
So it doesn't matter if I hit. Well, this is kind of a waste though, but it would.
You have your. Well, I mean, you have your persona that has.
I know, but that's like saving ESP.
But right now he's weak to any elementals. you don't even have to worry about it.
And it's probably better if I heal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to switch because, like I said, Yomotsu is not weak to anything, so I'm gonna keep it that way. So I guess I'm gonna keep healing him because we have no healer right now.
Like, I deserve that they'll start the fishing. That was like they haven't defended like this fight. I was like,
Because like I said, the AI is actually smart when they know the enemy. Otherwise, they'll just do what they think is best, and that's usually not the best thing.
basically have the Empress bag. It's just this big boy over here.
Yeah, this is just for double, or I can do that, I guess. Because we already found out that when they're down, you can't get an extra turn.
All that damage.
Bad.
Yeah, okay. And so now, I want to
Okay, that attack is only doing half, so if he starts doing something else, then that'd be pretty bad.
Just give me some time.
It's his multi-target attack that does for issue.
So what's he gonna be weak to now?
He hasn't changed his affinity yet.
Alright, good. So what do I...
Roll on his next turn.
So what do I hit her with then?
Shit. I mean, I would analyze just to be safe, but I'm pretty sure.
Already did, so we're gonna have to hit him then, just to... and then get some turns. And they're not magic based, so this isn't gonna do much. I guess I'll use this to heal, and then wait the next turn for the weakness reveal.
Here.
Damn, I guess take off that distress.
Oh, wait a minute, okay. Alright, she's not weak. She changed her affinity, so she's not weak to physical right now. I said Zio, right? What was he? Yeah, try Zio. For her. That's right. She's originally weak to physical attacks. But let's go.
This is a huge risk we're taking.
Fuck.
Told you.
It has multiple weaknesses.
Nope. Didn't change at all.
Isn't that great?
This might kill someone. No, we're good. See, that was a waste of a analyze now.
The enemy.
I'm gonna have to use cadenza now again. I only have 2 or 1. Alright. I'm gonna do that though. He did the paradigm shift, so now what?
Okay, just give me some time.
I got 3 of these. You probably have them too.
Oh, it was the that one item.
It's the trio looking thing. So what now?
Well, I know as they get really weak, I know at least like as he gets really like weak, he'll become weak to basically physical and pierce. But he's not at that stage yet, so I'm pretty sure just an element is weak to. I don't want to say.
Alright.
It might be Bufu.
What I can do is this.
It has
There you go.
multiple weaknesses.
Now,
So she hasn't changed her affinities at this now.
and then I can do that,
Just
and
give
then
me
do
some
this.
time.
I heard Garu is gonna kill Junpei, so guarding's probably for the best right now.
Here's our chance.
Said I focused her first. I wasn't really like trying to. I mean, it's kind of ended up like
The
that.
enemy.
Well, the thing with focusing on one is that
Yeah, there it is.
that's great. It's that by the time you beat one,
Against ice.
Ice, yeah, Bufu.
you're gonna be in not in a good shape to fight the one that's left. And this is bad because again we don't have a healer.
Do you have any revival?
Yeah, I bought a couple. Yeah.
You might want to heal Junpei, to be honest. And then revive off later. Because if Junpei gets
I'm gonna do
hit,
that.
he's probably gonna like.
I'm gonna get the extra turn, get the damage in anyway, and then heal. And then Junpei can heal himself. And then if they don't skip Akihiko's turn, then I can just move in to attack the queen, which is still weak to physical, right?
Yeah, she's on her last level.
Yeah, she hasn't done the paradigm shift yet. Yeah, we're gonna heal. Well, medicine only does 50, so that's the best he's gonna get.
Oh, great.
Just completely nullify it. That's another thing. When you revive an team member, it skips his turn entirely for that one session.
Wow, nice
Damn
move.
shit.
Alright, so we'll try that again.
Okay,
So
just
still
give me
weak to
some
Bufu, so would you say she would be weak, or is it always
It's a
Zeo?
possibility. I know her affinity's changed and we'll just try it.
No. He's the one that's weak to it. We're still waiting on that, right? I did that.
Okay, just give me
I
some
would just try
time.
physical again. It's changed her affinities like 3 times and it actually had like
No.
Zeo. Unless Fuuka like comes back with that like analysis.
It's not. It was probably Agi, and I missed the chance to use it.
It seems like strike attacks will
No,
work.
it's
Okay.
strike. Okay. If I get hit with something powerful, I'm dead. Okay, he's gonna do that. Alright, so what was that strike? That.
Let's go.
She's out.
Oh, but I should have analyzed the guy first, so I get the turns in for the analyze.
Okay,
Do
just give me
that,
some time.
heal, because we can.
Here.
And, yeah, I'll do that.
May as well.
Be topped off for the next attack.
Yeah.
Still hasn't told me what it's weak to, so...
It has multiple weaknesses.
Okay. All physical.
Amazing.
And it does that.
Okay, just give me some time.
Alright, well, time to do all that again.
Jesus.
Muscle drink is gonna save me. It's 100, yeah. Full.
Yeah, but
Are
sometimes you'll
you
get like
okay?
Yeah, it's side effect.
Electricity will work on.
Alright. I almost said paradigm shifts like right now. Okay, it's not, so we're good. For now. Only 50 damage, that's the most I'm ever gonna do. And that's not gonna do much, so I'm gonna use this time to heal.
That's one way to go.
Because once you auto attack, it just cancels your entire turn,
or you can see more damage.
I guess.
Let's go.
I think he's not.
And that does more damage than the all-out attack would anyway.
Yeah. I thought all the attack was doing like 30 damage. That was.
All-out attack is just a physical attack, but times everyone, which isn't even all that much anyway. Yeah.
The enemy.
Yay.
It only
Okay,
gets
just give
one
me some
attack
time.
so far, only one turn.
200 gold.
Weakness shows up, yeah.
Piercing attacks will work.
Pierce. Probably not, yeah. We have to wait. Only 15 when you block, that's good for me. Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Of all the it's a shame you don't have this. I did. I had double bang and whatever it's called.
Okay,
Yeah.
just give me some time. It seems like strike attacks will
There we go.
work.
I don't have any. I need to wait for the next turn.
Jesus.
Even defending it almost killed me.
Persona! I've been waiting for this. Well, I guess that's one.
Me and Junpei still have a turn, so I'm gonna use that to heal myself. I'm gonna have to take the gamble again. 50 is not gonna do it.
game at least, like all out attacks aren't all like all end all, like in future titles. And because if you like, you really didn't like in 5, for example, if you like get an all out attack, you really have no like reason not to. It doesn't really.
That enemy seems to be getting weaker.
Unlike this is like.
Okay, just give me some time.
Which is less than like
Is there
all
a
your other
auto
attacks,
attack
and if you were to
for
use it, you'd lose your extra turns, and then the shadow would attack again, and that
It has multiple
would be a huge
weaknesses.
risk.
There's more ways to win in Persona 5 than there would be in 3. 4 introduced like, well, no, this game has the co-op attack. That's decent, I guess. But in 4, there's more like your allies protecting you from a one-hit kill or something.
A social link, like.
Yeah, but even then, it's like when you're at that point, like where's the actual risk involved
Well, see, that's
in a
not
fight?
even, there's still risk in that. See, where it gets kind of bad is in Royal, where the gameplay has been refined to such a point where the game, even on Merciless, which I was playing on, is
Well, I guess that's one way to go.
easy. Like, I did not struggle in that game at all, except for the one, like, Yukimura boss mission is infamous. But, like, the gameplay is refined to such a point where you have so many options for going about fighting. Where it's like you're all OP as shit. Even at like a low level, you have so many options, and the game's basically a cakewalk, even on the hardest difficulty. I mean, to be fair, I'm more interested, at least with Royal, I'm more interested in like the actual story and like the new elements and the characters. I mean, so it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, obviously the gameplay is fun. It's just not like it's not like this, where you're like playing strategically and you have to evaluate, like, all right, if I do this, will it be a huge risk? You know, should I do this instead? Because you're not gonna get critted by shadows that often in Royal. At least I didn't. Like, it'd be very rare, but I mean, the gameplay's been refined to such a point where it's too much.
That's why I say like Persona 5 is more casualized than all the other games, which in and of itself is a negative if we were only analyzing the gameplay of the game itself.
I mean, the gameplay is great. Everyone loves the gameplay. I'm just saying, if you're looking for a challenge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone loves the gameplay because it's so easy to actually play. There's no challenge involved.
It's fun though. See, if the new
yeah, but we're not talking about fun. Fun is subjective.
Well, you're playing the game to have fun.
And not these
That's
people.
one of the aspects. I mean,
I'm talking about what makes up the majority of the fan base now, which is break-free Persona.
Atlas, why? Of all the things you could have announced, why no one wanted this? What's SMT? Where's my Persona 5 on Switch? Hashtag break free Persona.
And that's one of the things about casualizing a game. It brings in new people, a new audience that don't actually like what they're actually getting into.
I guess they don't really know, like you said, what they're getting into. They've played Persona 5. They enjoyed it.
Because it's easy for them.
I mean, it's great. I love Persona 5. Persona 5, out of like the 3, I forgot the director's name, but you know, he's done the trilogy of like 3, 4, and 5. Out of those 3, 5 is probably my favorite, and then 3. But I mean, it's just it's brought in this new audience, and they're expecting all like Atlas games to be like Persona 5. And then, you know, like the announcements just recently with, you know, SMT5 and Nocturne HD Master and all that. They're like, what is this? We didn't ask for this.
Are there more of them?
What is it? We didn't ask for this. What is this bullshit?
That's why I always say casualizing a game and trying to get a broader audience is never a good idea. Even if you're making more money, you're still ruining the entire experience for the people that have been there with you since the beginning. It's called a niche for a reason.
I mean, I don't I mean, I agree with some of that, but not necessarily. I think having more of an audience is a good thing.
Yeah, but people don't get the
you don't-
broader audience that everyone wants to go for is the general audience, which is usually retarded people that don't actually know what they're
Yeah, I mean,
doing.
when you get a bigger audience, more casual people come in, and the more popular something gets, you get all these casuals and these people who are just kind of like, they're very, they're very loud, and they're not really enjoying whatever it is, maybe for the same reasons the original fan bases. Because the original, like the people who've been here, they know if they're here for a reason. They know what they like, and it's what made these games great, and what makes this is what they enjoy. And so when these new people come in that are novice and they don't really have the experience and don't know what they're really getting into, they want what they want, and they're loud, and so then Atlas sees that, and they're like, okay, well, I guess this is what everyone wants. But in reality, maybe that's not necessarily the case. Like, you feel me, right? Did I get my point across?
Before I start going into the next story, it's just like Monster Hunter World, where it's sold big and a lot of people bought it, but the game's dead.
Yeah,
No one talks about it anymore. It's gonna be like Persona 5 in about a few months, where nobody's talking about it anymore. The fad just ran out, and the only people talking about it are the dedicated fan bases that only know that one game and only care about that one game.
See, is that necessarily bad though? Because then the dedicated the dedicated group, they have their game. I mean, it might not necessarily be.
But again, they influence the next game and everything that comes after it.
Okay, yeah.
Because with Capcom, everything World was a mistake.
I don't.
It was a decent game, but everything they did to it.
We had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, because the core stuff was there, but everything else they tried to add and start doing it. They went down the path of casualizing the game too much, and for the broad audience, for the American audience.
I mean, to be fair, I think the biggest issue with World was the monster variety. There just wasn't enough variety like the older games. I mean, I've only really played a little bit of 3, 4, and World.
Well, we're getting into more specific details about the game, but I'm talking about modernizing and broadening the game itself for the audience that they're trying to get, which is the Western generic audience, which is what Persona 5 was trying to achieve.
To be fair with Atlas kind of doesn't give a shit about what the West thinks. Most of the time, they really don't give a shit what the West thinks. They haven't really been heavily influenced by the Western audience. At least not with anything like affecting gameplay. It's more just like I think Atlas's biggest issue is like they need to start. I mean, at least SMT5 is getting a road ride release all at the same time. I think that Atlas has had an issue with that in the past, where like it'll take the game will release in Japan, and it'll take another half a year for the West to get their version of it. It's like, why couldn't you have just been working on that at the same time? Like, there's no reason. Like, Atlas, you're like one of the last companies that does this. I mean,
yeah,
we're kind of going off on a tangent now.
Don't worry, it's over.
Fuuka, are you alright? Yeah. Thank goodness.
She fell unconscious.
Fuuka?
It's all right. She's just exhausted.
Fuuka? Fuuka,
Where did these two shadows come from?
From somewhere outside of Tartarus, just like before.
I see.
What are we gonna do about Natsuki? She saw the Dark Hour and the shadows.
Don't worry, she's not like us, so she won't remember any of it. The good news is, she didn't fall victim to the shadows, even though she obviously heard their call. She should be safe from now on.
But that means she'll forget Fuuka saved her life, right? That doesn't seem fair.
Actually, I don't think it'll matter.
I'm sorry, Fuuka. I'm so sorry.
I think she's learned her lesson.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't easy, but you managed to rescue Fuuka. You wonder about the mysterious boy who appeared again. His warning seemed to be more than just dreams. You were too exhausted to make any sense of it right now. You decide to rest as soon as you get back to the dorm.
Are you using your Solid Snake?
Because narrating takes too much effort, so
does, honestly,
I go back and forth between voices with certain characters, like what's his name? What's the student council guy's name? I forgot.
Hidetoshi or
Hidetoshi.
Hidetoshi.
I go around with voices. I can't keep like a stable one.
I'm the voice Junpei.
Hey, I was thinking. Do you think Mitsuru-senpai saved Fuuka because it was the right thing to do? You don't have to. Or it was just because she's a Persona user and we need her? For the right reasons. I guess so.
I want to voice Junpei.
Well, whether or not she joins us is up to her. Sorry to bring this up out of the blue.
I think this is where like Ari meets your like little like.
I can't hear you.
I think this is this where like Yukari and Mitsuru's like little rivalry kind of starts?
No, the rivalry starts around the time you go to the beach trip.
Was it even a rivalry? I know Yukari just kind of like has
No,
issues with Mitsuru.
Well, you'll see her overarching story, and that has to do with that later on, like maybe 1 month from now.
Oh, dude, but Yukari's a bitch though.
And after that
You know,
beach resort, I think you can start on Yukari's thing.
And then you get Aigis.
Yeah, Aigis comes right after that. She
It's
comes in.
second best girl.
It's Chihiro. So yeah, I'm gonna raise all my academic stat because we really need that by next month. So we're gonna spend this whole month with that.
Jesus. Dude, where did that like preconception come from? Why do people like hate Yukari? I don't understand.
It's because she's not their like preferred waifu that likes you no matter what.
Is it because she's realistic?
Yes.
Is it because she has she has a whole like character development. She has a whole arc. So I don't really get like. I mean, it's kind of to an extent it's kind of subjective. But I just don't understand like the extreme hatred for Yukari. I mean, it was like that a few years back, but now I haven't seen as much. People are actually kind of starting to like open their eyes. I've noticed recently. People are really starting to like her, so I mean that's at least we got that going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna raise the academic stat, and that's about it.
Really trying hard to get fucking Mitsuru. Really,
Well,
like,
trying to get everyone, and for her, since you have to do the exam, that's really annoying.
But you have multiple exams. Like you have multiple chances. So why the rush right
No,
now?
you have 3 chances. The first one I missed because you need to rank 3.
You need rank 2.
3.
2.
I read it. It's 3.
Dude, I didn't have 2, and I answered all the questions right, and I had rank 2, dude, and I got top 10.
Top 1?
Top 10.
You need the first place
Oh,
ranking.
you need first place?
Yes, I've been saying this the whole time.
I thought we were talking about just getting the reward from her.
No. So the
That
first
makes sense.
the first midterm you need rank 3 to get number 1 spot plus the answers, and then the finals right now you need rank 5 or 4. No, it's 5.
And you're only gonna know that though if you've played the game previously. And you're going into the game like wanting me to really freaking early.
Well,
'Cause, I
yeah.
mean, who's gonna like sit there and like raise their academics to rank 3 in like the first month? That's like
I
all
don't
of your
know.
time.
And then the final exam, which is the 3rd one, you need max rank anyway. And we're not gonna wait until that long. Strip mall.
Honestly, I still think you should try to focus on some male characters too, just for persona, like being able to use decent persona.
I'm doing the student council, and I'm not doing COD though. I asked my friend if his cat was really expensive. You know what? He said it was free. I thought his mom got the cat from the animal shelter. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you could only get cats from pet stores.
And this is the most important story arc of the whole game right there, dude.
And like I said,
Keeping up with the kid.
there's the back of the station. You saw the two buildings.
There's the cat.
Yeah, but the two main buildings, like, do you ever go in there? Because I've never seen anything in there, ever.
Honestly, I've only gone into.
Oh, the damn thing's crowded. That's stupid. Let's try the arcade then.
Also, tomorrow, the antique shop. That's interesting.
Well, the only thing you can do is, like, craft weapons out of, like, Persona cards.
It's not just weapons, it's items and accessories and shit.
Well, even then, I don't think I need that. I'd rather save my money for other shit. Or a house. I don't need
I
that.
like experiencing everything I can that the game offers. I mean, you've played this game like 3 or 4 times, probably.
Yeah. So Babe Blue is the one that gives you knowledge as well, or is that? No, this one gives you
I've never
charm.
been in Babe.
This one gives you charm, and then this one.
The cafe gives you what if you're going in there as a customer, you get charm. But if you're going and doing hard times, courage and charm.
Courage. I thought it was academic and charm. They
Cafe?
both give you charm.
No, I'm talking about the cafe. Cafe, if you're working there part time, it gives you courage and charm. But if you just drink there as a customer, you get charm.
Yeah, that's why I think it's this one, because they both give you charm, but each one gives you a specific one.
I've never been in Babe Blue.
Yeah, academics.
Jeez, that was some decent money.
Yeah, I'll take the points.
Oh, you can work part time there too?
Yeah, certain days.
Oh, hey!
Mitsuru Senpai and Akihiko Senpai are going to the hospital to see Fuuka today. I wonder how she's doing. By the way, Ikutsuki-san told me that the antique shop in Polonia Mall is open now. Maybe we should go check it out sometime. I guess we can check it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset. I've been really good about like staying on top of Elizabeth's requests, but the most important one that I was trying to get, like, I missed. It's the one where you it's the recovering the second old document by the 6th. Her reward is recharm. I needed that. I really wanted recharm, dude. Which basically is you can revive your teammates, and I missed it. But it's like, dude, do I really want to like go back into the save and like do all of like the whole boss fight and all that grinding again? No. I'm sure I'll either get enough money to buy a bunch of revival items, or just like use a persona that has it. Elizabeth has some good.
Good morning. You might like to know that Yamagishi and Moriyama are healing up well. That's good. Yes. We'll need to invite Yamagishi to the dorm and explain what happened. We could definitely use her help. Mr. Ono.
This is gonna be you, dude. This is gonna be you. You're gonna be like...
What, with the samurai helmet?
Yeah, you're gonna like... When you move over there and start teaching English, you're gonna be like... Right, hey, can I teach history? Can I teach Japanese history?
I can teach world history. I wanna... Well, doesn't history have different majors, like different time periods? Because I would go for Roman or Greco-Roman periods.
You know you're like Japanese history, like... You know your shit.
Well, I know some. I know...
Some.
Well, I did the culture class, which had some history in it, but it's mostly culture. But I do know some... I know more about the Sengoku era than I do of anything else, and probably like a little bit in the 1800s.
That just happens to be Mr. Ono's favorite era.
Yeah. Are we up to the Kamakura era yet? I guess not. Oh man, we haven't even reached the Nara era. That's a long way. They're still in like the beginning. Well, let's get through it real quick then. First, the Taika reforms. They happen in the year 645. Yeah, really early. The Kamakura and all that, it's not like in the 1100s. Just remember that. Huh? What were they about? Oh, nothing important really. So 645. Later on in 710, there was the Heijo Kyo. That wraps it up for the Nara era. He really doesn't like any other era. Feel tired. Close your eyes for a few minutes. Stay awake. What? You want to know more? Okay, here's a question for you about the Nara era. What's the name of the anthology consisting of about 4,500 poems leading up to the Nara era? I don't feel like picking on anyone today, so I'll just tell you. It's the Manyoshu. We're supposed to cover the Koken Wakashu too, but I don't recall. I don't really care. Ask Mr. Akoda if you really want. I don't really care about any of this. I want to get to the Sengoku era. It's calling out to me. You stayed up and listened to the lecture.
I'm guessing the only reason you would ever decide to go to sleep is if you're like tired.
But even then, yeah. But even then, you should just sleep at night.
Yeah, that's what I just like. I'm not gonna miss out on those academic stats.
How are you doing? Are you after school? I don't know yet. Sorry, Yuko, but I'm big brain now. 50 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna end it here. And I'll see you all in the next episode.